So it is currently 5:19 a.m. on Sunday, July 19th. Now I'm driving down to Philly to stay down here for about a week. I have 7 shoots lined up, and when I leave Fox on Thursday, then I have to go home and do one thing on Friday and another thing on Saturday. So I figured I'd take you guys along to show you what it's like to be a week in the life of a freelance videographer / photographer. So I'm here at the first location. This one is about a lifeguard shortage, and a 7-year-old woman named Robin came out of retirement to help out with this lifeguard shortage to make sure that this pool for the community stays open. But I'll make sure to include the link in the description below, just so then you can see what the whole segment was. I wasn't able to record the behind the scenes of that just due to the location that we were at, but like I mentioned before, I will put the link in the description below for that article, so then you can see exactly what it was. But now we're off to my friend's house, Kyle, to where I'm staying at for the next week. So I've made it here to my friend Kyle's house, and I have changed since then, since the last time you saw me, but got into my comfy clothes, got out of the work clothes from Fox. But now what I'm just doing is getting some editing done, and right now they're not currently here at their apartment, they're just out and about, but I was just sitting here lounging on the couch, just having a good time editing, and figured I need to film, so here we go. So this is still day 1, this is still Sunday, July 17th, and it's just gonna be more editing. These Fox things, sometimes they're quick, sometimes they're real late in the day, but today was a nice early day, so it's just allowing me to edit a little bit more. But as you can see here, I'm just doing some editing, just trying to get some of these wedding films done that I've did 4 back-to-back weekends, which very fun, but this wedding I'm editing right here is, it was of photos and video. The photos have been delivered, but I am now trying to get the video out and trying to get this out in the next few days. So today is Monday, July 16th, and for today's Fox, it was getting up early for about 5:45, even though I'm only about 10 minutes from where I actually had to go, but still got up early. We got here, did get the wrong address though, and did go over there. Luckily enough, it was only about a 15-minute drive over to the right location, but we already did our first live hit. And for our second live hit, I'm going to be filming the behind the scenes so you can kind of see what it looks like behind the scenes for filming something for Fox News. And to just add in here is you always want to bring your laptop with you, because there are about an hour to 2, sometimes even 3 hours between each live hit. So you want to just make sure that you're not just sitting around doing nothing. I always like to bring my laptop. I could always get some editing done or work on my website or whatever it may be. I always just like to bring my laptop just to do some more additional work while I'm just kind of sitting here in the car waiting. The camera that we use for these Fox jobs are the Sony FS7s. Now these cameras are just what the news broadcasters like to use, and they are still fantastic image, even though they are decent years old now, but we use this camera quite often with then the Shinobi, Atomos Shinobi monitor, and it's just a very easy setup, and we use a live view then to broadcast everything out to the station. So as you can see, here is the Shinobi. This is what we plug the SDI into that goes into the live view. So anything that I see on this monitor, I can see right on the live view, and that is what the news sees. But just taking you over to the camera a little bit, this is just a normal FS7 body, nothing too special about it. And then the lens that we have on here is the 28-105 Power Zoom G Master lens. I don't know if it's the G Master, but it's the Power Zoom. And this lens just is perfect for an ENG camera. and we don't really need anything outside of it. And then to power it all, we're just using the Comer D&O Lightning V-mount batteries. These batteries last us pretty much all day, just 1 or 2 of them is all that's needed. And what we use for audio are these Sony mics. You could see it just mounted up right there. And then that is the mic right here, and that is all that we really need for them. Oh, and then the last thing I'll take you through is this tripod, which is a Sackler. It is a carbon fiber. And the head that we have on here is, I cannot tell you, but we have one of these nice dove plate mounts, and it's a nice self-locking one. So it's easy to take the camera off if you need to go onto the shoulder real quick, or if you just want to leave it on the camera. So here you can see that Jeff is practicing right before we go live. And you can see me over here on the screen. What I'm doing here is just checking my exposure, making sure everything is proper. Now, when we're doing stuff for the news here, they like things to be a little bit more overcast and a little bit brighter. So sometimes I feel like I'm a little too bright when it's actually what they are wanting. Now you can see that I have the AirPod in my right ear, and in my left ear I have a headphone to where I'm listening to what Jeff is saying. In my right ear, I am talking to the control, but as you can see here is Jeff is finally talking, going live. Right now this is just a static shot, nothing too challenging here at all, but you will see here in a little bit that I'm going to be panning because there was a parked train over to our left. So right about here, we are off from live TV, and you can see Jeff there just waiting to get the call that we are done. But I stay manning the camera until I see Jeff starts to walk over me. Now at this point is when I know we are off the air. Today is Tuesday, July 19th, and I was supposed to do something with Fox today, but they just never reached out. So today is just going to be spent a day of editing up on this rooftop in Philadelphia. I figured I'd be up here instead of just being inside editing, because inside kind of gets a little mundane for me, and I kind of like being outside, just getting some more fresh air, and change of space kind of motivates me a little bit more to kind of work a little bit more and a little longer, and I really need to push through to get this edit done today. But yeah, I mean, I can't really complain for being up here. I mean, I'd rather be in nature, but this is a nice change of scenery. And it's actually quite quiet up here, considering that we are in Philadelphia and there's a lot of traffic, but you don't really notice it too much. And when I'm editing, have my headphones in, it's all just kind of white noise at that point. So right here is where I set up shop. I'm in the shade a little bit. So I do have this big thing behind me making some noise, but with my headphones on, it's really not that bad. But as you can see there, I don't know if you can see the screen at all, but I'm just editing one of the wedding films that I filmed a while back. So it's currently 6:58 a.m. on Thursday, July 21st. Now, today was supposed to be a little different than how it's going to be happening, but what kind of happened was we got called from Fox to do something about the president in my hometown, but they ended up canceling on us because they couldn't find a reporter. But after they canceled on us, then they found a reporter who's coming from Long Island, which is 4 hours away. And it kind of sucks because I could have been home already, but today I'll be driving to New Jersey, which is about a half hour from here, and we're gonna be doing some sort of refinery stories today. So I hope I could take you along and take you in there. And I'm sorry yesterday I was not able to film on Wednesday because I had to park about a quarter mile away from the location and carry about 4 or 5 bags with me across like 2 or 3 city blocks, and I just could not bring my camera with me because there was just not enough space and not enough room for me to carry it all. I'll still include some of the links in the description below from Wednesday, just so you could see where we were. We were in City Hall in Philadelphia, and we were just doing some pieces on the heat wave and how they put in these like fountains for people to go and cool off at. But I'll make sure to put those links in the description below. But where we are right now is at a, I'm not exactly sure what the location is, but as I was just talking to some of them, they said that they're completely self-sustained here, which is pretty cool to really think about that. But so I came over to this place called Death of the Fox. It is a coffee / brewery place, and I had 2 hours of downtime, so I just came into here, just grabbed some coffee and to get some work done, a little bit more editing, and but it's a very nice place. If you guys are ever in New Jersey, in Paulsboro, New Jersey, stop here at Death of the Fox. It is a very good coffee shop and very nice people. To give you guys a little bit of an understanding of what it is like to work with some news companies, it is very quick, very fast paced at times, and sometimes you don't even know what you're going to be doing the day of when you're actually there on location. Now, I am in New Jersey today, which is about a half hour further away from home. It would have been really nice to have been able to go home last night and then to be working literally right down the street from my home. But unfortunately, that did not happen. But I am still here today working again with Jeff Flock for Fox Business, and it's gonna be another good day. We have some nice people here today, and today is going to be... Hey Jeff.
Josh, good morning.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm wonderful, how are you?
Good. So Jeff just got here and we are gonna go and get everything set up for today. So it is way too hot right now to even bring this camera out to record some of the behind the scenes of this. But what today's story is just more on some refinery, some oil refinery, and just of the current state that it is in right now. But just to give you a little bit more insight of how today is going, our first live hit was supposed to be at 8:30. Things have changed up because Biden had COVID, or got COVID this morning, and now all of our hits, our live hits, got canceled except for a 5 o'clock and a 6:30. So we've kind of just been waiting around all day in this refinery here, luckily enough in an AC controlled room, but we've just been kind of waiting around all day today, and it's been somewhat boring, but you know, it's at least a lot better than what yesterday was, where I was in the hot sun for 10 hours all day long. So currently it is 10:26 a.m. on Friday, July 22nd. I'm finally back home after being in Philly for about 5 days for a bunch of stuff that I did with Fox. I'm literally just trying to wake up right now. I'm trying to wake up because I need to get a highlighted video put together and delivered today before I leave for another shoot that is only about 5 minutes from my house. And that one is going to be for photos for just a event. It is a 50-year reunion or 50-year annual event that this one company has that they just want me to get some photos of for them. But I'm trying really hard to wake up now, and it is tough. Today is just one of those days that I kind of just want to lay around and do nothing, but I have a few things that need to get edited. So now I'm back home in my office. It is the next week, but I did forget to record a little bit on what Saturday's one was, but I was just up in a state park and it was a family reunion. So it wasn't really anything too interesting to see for the video's sake, but I do apologize for not including that in there. But there you go. You've seen what a week of my life is like being a freelance photographer and videographer. It is all over the place, and it definitely is a ride at times, like where all of our different time slots keep getting changed. But thank you so much for watching the entire video. If you made it this far, then you deserve a pat on the back. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.